Are your kitchen and bathroom way overdue for a remodel? Well, I got the guy for you. Call John Sellers at First Response Contracting, 484-256-7136. Both residential and commercial services, and he's licensed and insured. Call him at 484-256-7136. First Response Contracting. Hello, this is Brad Weisman. You're listening to Real Estate and You. We are back in the studio with another Behind Closed Doors show. This is episode 2. We got Brandon here, I got Taylor here, and we're going to tell stories about the crazy things that happen in real estate, of course, behind closed doors, right?
Yes.
Behind closed doors, yeah. Because a lot of times people don't hear these stories.
No, they only hear the good, positive stuff.
They hear the good. So I'm going to call this the good, the bad, and the smelly was the last show.
Okay.
So this could be the good, the bad, and the squirrel. Is that the squirrel?
I think
squirrel.
The good, the bad, and the furry.
Ooh, I like that. The
Okay,
good,
I
the
like
bad, and the furry. Nice one. Nice
That is
one.
a good one,
Good
yeah.
thing we did a retake on this show. We won't blame anything on Hugo, though, at all, right? No, not at all. So here we are. We're doing this show behind closed doors. I got Brandon here. I got Taylor here. Taylor got in touch with Brandon and said, you know what? I have a story for you, and it has to do with squirrels, and we're going to get into that. But I'm going to first get into some things that have happened to me with animals. As soon as you said about the squirrel, I was like, I know I've had animal stuff that has happened. So one of the first ones is, have you ever gone into a house where there's a dog?
Of course.
Yes.
Okay. Is there ever times where you go into the house and there's a dog and you're kind of like, this dog could be aggressive, I'm not sure, or dog could be, have you ever had that feeling?
Of course.
Yeah. Or they're just, not even that they're aggressive, but they're just too friendly.
Too friendly. Yeah.
And then,
like in your crotch and stuff like that.
well,
that whole
jumping
thing.
on you,
Yeah.
and you're trying to.
What is this smell?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so and dogs tend to go there, and that's just the way it is. You know, dogs
Right.
they go to that place. So what happened to me? I had the one time I came to this house, and I'm going to tell you about. There's 2 dog stories I have, and they're real quick. The one I came into the house, and I walked through the house. It was a listing walkthrough, and I'm going through the house, and walking through, the dog seemed really friendly. Everything was good. When I came in the house, dog was fine. So I go to leave after about 25 minutes in the house, and the lady goes, "Oh, wait, you can't leave." And I'm like, "Okay, well, what's going on here?" Yeah. But yeah, so I go to leave, and she says, "You can't leave." I'm like, "Okay." I said, "What?" She said, "The dog will bite you." I'm like, "What?" I just spent 25 minutes in this house. The dog has been friendly as could be, and now he's going to bite. She said, "When you leave, if a guest leaves, he lunges for their leg, like goes after them."
What kind of dog was it?
It was a Labrador don't leave dog. That's pretty much what I
rare
think.
mix.
It's a very rare mix. They're starting to mix that with the poodle. So now it's a cockapoodle, woodle, don't leave Labradory mix.
We love poodles.
Yes, we do. Poodles are nice. And then the other one with the dog was I got bit. Have you ever been bit by a dog?
I have been. Yes.
I have been. Not not real estate related, just
Not real, just bit,
Yes.
outright bit. Yeah.
do not recommend.
Okay, no, it's not fun. So this dog came into the house. Dog seemed friendly, but he was definitely like more around me and and she said, "Oh, sometimes he does this little play bite thing, play bite."
Okay.
And I'm like, "Okay, no problem." So I'm there, and she's in front of me. Another walkthrough. She's in front of me. She doesn't see the dog comes up and does one of those pinches on the inner thigh. And that's like a very sensitive area.
Yes,
It is.
yeah.
Very sensitive. And I'm like inside going, "Oh my God," Never said a word. I let it go because I wanted to get the listing.
So you went through the whole listing presentation with this pain?
Oh, yeah. And I couldn't wait. In my mind, I'm going, okay, if it starts bleeding.
Oh, my God.
That's what I started thinking. If it's bleeding, now I'm going to have blood coming out my thigh, which is going to look weird.
Well, and were you scared? Like, not scared, but were you
I was scared.
hesitant to be around the dog the rest of the time?
Of course.
then?
Now I'm like,
Because
yeah, now I'm thinking, oh, my God, what if he does
you're paranoid,
more?
so you're probably not even listening to a word she's saying.
Nah,
about
I
the
don't remember
house.
anything. I don't even remember who the person was.
But you have to be a little off your game at that point.
Oh, I was totally off my game. The whole time I'm thinking about my inner thigh, which is not a good thing to think about.
Right. Yeah, right.
That's what I think. It's not a good thing to think about. I don't know. So basically, when I left, I couldn't wait to get home
And look at it.
to look and see.
yeah.
And it was black and blue. I mean, it didn't break the skin, but it was pretty damn close to it. So
Well, as a kid, I was bitten very young.
we could tell. We thought you were dropped on your head too. We weren't sure.
By a large German Shepherd. So right away, I was
Oh,
always
yeah.
scared growing up of big dogs. Not so much anymore. But for me, if you have pets and
Yeah.
you know they can be overly friendly
Yeah.
or kind of a nuisance, you're in a business transaction at that point.
Yeah.
Put it away.
Put the dog away.
And I don't think anyone, I mean, some dogs, like that dog's going to bite you, but
Yeah.
they're still animals. So
They're
I
unpredictable.
hate when people are like, oh, they would never bite. And it's, especially like with kids and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like
You
you
never
always
know.
keep your distance.
Absolutely.
And if I had someone come in to look at my house to sell it, I would certainly put my dogs away.
Put your dog
Put away. And not
Absolutely.
just in one room where they can like, put it in a crate so we can go through that room eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Yep.
put it away. Be friendly
And a lot
for
of
the
times-
first 5 minutes or so, but get rid of it after
Well,
that.
even when you go to a showing and there's
Yeah.
a dog in a crate and they're barking and growling.
We all look. We just stop.
Oh my
we
gosh,
walk
yeah.
in,
I
we're
absolutely
like,
hate it.
Yeah. And then you feel bad for the dog too,
Well, and
because
it
there you are
kills-
to showing the
well,
dogs
it
in
kills
this
the vibe
room.
of the whole showing, like because
Yeah.
you can't focus because
Yeah.
this dog is growling and barking at you.
But you don't know if it's actually
And
in
you
the
wanna get out
house,
of
and
there.
you and your clients freeze. You're like,
Yes. Did you ever have a showing where it's one of those doors that the door makes the barking sound? There's not actually
I
a
have
dog.
never heard
no,
that.
I've never
actually.
heard of that
Oh my-
either. What?
I was opening a door.
The door makes
it's
a
like one
barking
of those
noise?
things, like the like a closet that has the light trigger
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
open it.
yeah.
So it was like that, but for the front door, if you go to open it, it's a dog. It's the sound of dogs barking.
Is it-
I've
It's like an
never
alarm?
seen it.
In a way, I think it's a way to deter people.
It's not an alarm, but it's like a hey, it's trying to
It's like
scare
a,
you,
don't
obviously.
come in here. So here, you are. Hi guys,
Wow.
opening the door, and it's like whoa, and it's so scary because
Yeah.
you don't realize if it's a real dog or not. So I was.
I wouldn't
scared
even
to
wanna
open
go
the
in
door.
there.
So I don't know if these people always use maybe their back door or the garage, and this was like
Yeah.
a deterrent for the front door. That They
Weird.
would know.
That is
Really weird.
I find that kind of awkward.
It
Yeah,
was
that's weird.
incredibly awkward,
Yeah.
and it was so strange. And they're like, "Is there a dog in there?" Sounds like a distant neighbor dog. It was
Yeah,
very
that's
bizarre.
weird.
But even creating the dog, they can bark.
Yeah.
While you're doing a showing, and you have to talk over the dog barking to the client.
It's
Dogs can sometimes be kind of annoying. Let's get into squirrels though.
Okay.
Because I love squirrels.
yes,
And I know you love squirrels
of course.
because you have a good squirrel story.
I have a great squirrel story.
So tell me, this is an interesting story. So just go ahead and tell the story and we'll ask questions.
So I had a listing.
Which is a good thing.
It was, yes. And it was a very nice listing.
Oh, good.
Luxury listing.
Including squirrels.
Yes.
Yes.
As all luxury listings do.
Always have a squirrel included.
So it was on probably 20 plus acres on the top of a
Wow.
hill. I had a showing happening. I wasn't there. I was a
Yeah.
listing agent. And I get a call right when the showing was started. So I thought, they can't get the lockbox. Has to be something. She's like, Taylor. Yes. She goes, there's something in this house.
Oh my gosh.
And at first I was like, is she talking about like a spirit? And it was, it was just like the way she said it.
I would say intruder, like someone's there that shouldn't be.
But the way she said something. So I was like,
Something?
are you feeling some kind of energy there? I can't, So I was like, oh.
Are you feeling squirrely?
Yeah. I was like, okay. She's like, I think it's a raccoon. It has destroyed the house.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, every single windowsill is destroyed on the first floor. My clients and I saw a tail, a big furry tail. My client found a lacrosse stick in the closet and we're going to try to get it out.
Oh, geez. So we're going to try and beat the piss out of this thing.
Oh, and I was like, you don't know what it is. And I was like, are you serious? Because right away, I was like, I would get the hell out of there. I
Yeah.
have no interest.
Well,
Yeah.
rabies
In
is
what?
Well,
you
rabies
never
is
Well,
what-
know.
just
yeah,
anything.
exactly.
And like, I don't like any kind of critter.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I said, I'm leery of dogs at a showing. Don't let there be a raccoon in the house.
Yeah.
I would just be out of there. So I was like, okay, well, keep me posted. So she called me and she's like, we went through the whole house. He got it. He got it out with the lacrosse stick.
Who did
Her
the buyer?
buyer, her client.
Got this thing out with the lacrosse stick.
Yeah, and she's like, and they are interested in the house.
Oh,
I was like,
good.
I was like, wow.
Do they like squirrels?
Apparently.
Apparently.
So yeah, so she said it was actually a squirrel, it wasn't a raccoon. I'm like, all right, I don't know if it's better.
Well,
but-
that is better because raccoons can be.
Well, that's the
known to
thing
be
that's funny.
nasty.
Like, there's a big size difference between a squirrel and a raccoon.
right. She's like, all we saw was the tail, but like I feel like raccoons have a
mean,
pretty
geez.
noticeable tail.
Yeah,
So maybe honestly,
Yeah.
at this point, maybe there was a raccoon. But so I called my client because they did not live in this home. It was kind of like their weekend home. They lived about an hour away. So I called him. I let him know what went on. And I said, you should probably call your homeowner, see if they'll cover this damage. He's like, okay.
Did you see the damage yet?
No, I had not
didn't?
seen the damage.
Okay.
And he's like, would you mind going there to just make sure there's no way that this got in? Make sure the chimney flue's closed. Make sure the doors are all closed. And I said, I will, but I have to take my husband with me. I was like, I'm
doubt.
I'm like, it's scary to begin with because it's up on the top of a hill, let alone if there's some critter.
Yeah.
So my husband and I go when he gets home from work. We're inside, we're walking around, we check the chimney flue, we check all the doors, make sure they're all locked. And my husband was like, I'm going to check the dryer vent because
Which is interesting that he thought about that.
Yes.
Actually.
it's a very common place. So if they don't
Right.
have the
What, for
netting on-
squirrels?
and that's what he
Well,
said.
for any
for
critter.
animals.
Right, and he's like,
It's
that could be
Where do you keep your squirrels? Oh, I keep them in the dryer vent.
He's like, that could be a very easy access point for
Yeah.
them to get in here.
Yeah.
He's like, so I'm going to check. So it was the laundry room. And then right next to that was a bathroom. And the laundry room was set up. It was the dryer, then one of those wash basin bowls,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and then the washer. So I'm over in the bathroom looking around. And Bernie leans over the back of the dryer to check the vent.
Yeah.
And the squirrel was sleeping in a towel that was in the wash basin.
Oh,
So the
geez.
squirrel purchased the house almost.
The squirrel was like,
So you got a squirrel squatter.
I said, I'm like, this is a smart squirrel because of all homes to get into, this was a beautiful home.
Oh yeah, well, it's a high class squirrel,
Right. I mean,
of
this
course.
wasn't just any old
this
squirrel.
is not like your normal everyday squirrel.
So
Little Monopoly hat.
yes, right. He was very, very posh, this squirrel. So
Very good.
So Bernie's looking over the dryer, and the squirrel saw him, ran up his arm across
No,
his
so
back.
this is Chris's vacation.
Yes.
This is, yeah. It
And
sounds
I'm
very
in the
similar.
bathroom, and all I hear is my husband screaming. I hear little nails. on the
Oh
dryer.
my gosh.
And I was like, oh my God. I was like, we have to get out of here. And he's like, then my husband found the lacrosse stick. And he's like, now I'm going to go. He was
How many
like,
lacrosse sticks are in this
I know.
house?
I was like, so now he was ready to go after this squirrel. And I was like, no, we're not. I was like, I have to get out of here. I'm going to throw up. I cannot.
Wow, so squirrels make you sick too.
Oh,
Are you
totally.
allergic?
No,
She
just the
vomits.
sound. I was like, we have to get out of here. And Bernie,
Did it make a sound or just the little feet sound?
the feet on the dryer.
Oh, the feet in the dryer?
I can
I
still
think
hear
that would be kind of cute.
No,
so would I,
it's
right?
not.
Yeah, it's not? Okay.
And then Bernie screaming, running around, and I was like, "We need to go." And so we were at like the side of the house, and my shoes were at the front door. I was like, "How am I going to get my shoes? How am I
my
going to get my
gosh.
shoes?" And he's like, "We're going to walk over, and we're going to get your shoes." And I was like, "I'm not
It's
walking."
not like these things are aggressive.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I mean, she acts like this is like an attack
a lion,
squirrel.
like a
Or that's
lion.
it's gonna lug onto her
this is how I felt.
jugular.
There's a jungle cat in the bathroom.
Oh my
I felt like the
gosh.
squirrel was watching us. The squirrel was watching us, and he wanted to come and scare me. That's how I
right,
felt.
right,
I was really afraid. So I said to Bernie, "Where do you think it went?" He's like, "I think it ran up the steps."
Oh my gosh, this
Or-
is totally Chris's vacation.
Yeah, he's like, or it went back out the dryer vent. So I was like, well, I'm not here to find out. I want to go. I will tell my
Right.
client he can call an exterminator. This is
That's
like-
right. You gotta
this
put
is-
your foot down
This is
on the squirrel.
beyond my realm of expertise.
Yes,
honestly.
yes. I can tell that.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
otherwise you wouldn't throw up if you saw the squirrel. You'd be used to that.
yes, I
Yes.
suppose.
Yeah.
But no, I was this close to
Yeah.
puking.
Okay.
So we leave. He calls the exterminator. He says he met them there the next day. They walk through the house. He said, "There's no squirrel. There's no access point. We have no idea how this squirrel
Okay,
got
so
into this
they're
house."
trying to tell you there was no squirrel when you saw a squirrel? Did they doubt you?
At
Well,
the time,
no,
at
what
the
they
time.
meant was that the squirrel got out.
Oh, the squirrel got
The
out.
squirrel did
The
not
squirrel's not
scurry
in
up the
there.
steps
Got
and
it.
live a good life up there. He left.
Okay, got it.
So I was like, okay, fine, fair enough. Good to know.
Good to know. Mr. Squirrel.
FYI, homeowners insurance does not cover squirrel damage.
Oh, there.
I-
Hey,
I have
see?
a question
There you
about
go,
that.
there
There's a public service announcement
Yes.
right there.
There you go. I have
Yep.
a question about. Let's size up the damage that the squirrel did. So the window screen.
Like
what else?
Every,
what else?
no,
did he
like
damage?
the wooden sill
Oh, the actual-
chewed it.
Wow.
Chewed
Okay, so
every-
like
and,
the
like,
molding and all that.
everywhere.
Oh my
Every
gosh.
single window on the
So
first
what?
floor.
What else was damaged?
Yes. A few doors. Like I think the squirrel was trying to get out. Or
Do you think he had friends?
I think he was trying to get his friends in.
He
was
had
like,
a
guys,
party.
this
He had a
house-
party.
Kegger.
This
He had
house
a
is
kegger.
cool.
Yeah.
Like, you need
$5 to get in. 5 nuts to get in.
5 nuts to get in,
But
and
this
you're
is-
in.
But this is not the end of the story. So a few weeks later, my clients were there cleaning and just checking in on the house. And they call me. They're like, Taylor? I'm like, yes. And I like really was
You're like, "Ugh."
dreading these phone calls. And he was like, we were upstairs cleaning, and off of like the primary bedroom was like a sitting room. They used it as like a little workout room, and it had
Yeah.
a couch in it. He's like, we saw a tail in the couch.
No.
In the couch?
Yes, like in the cushions.
Oh.
So he's destroying the cushions, the couch, and everything.
So he's in there.
So I was like, okay. And they're like, we're going to call Ehrlich. The earliest they can come is tomorrow. Can you meet them here? I was like, gosh, they really want me.
Oh, they want you to go there. Oh my God.
Well, this is a luxury listing. You got to go above and
And so,
beyond a
of
little
course,
bit.
I did a lot. Obviously, I did a lot.
Yeah, it sounds
Especially
it.
with this girl.
Phew.
So I met Ehrlich there. The guy was very nice. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go look upstairs. And I was like, I'm going to stay down here in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You go up and get the squirrel.
Yes,
That's your
bless-
job.
I was like, blessings to you, sir. I will
Yeah,
be here.
yeah.
So he went up and he came up. He's like, yeah, the squirrel's up there. I was like, oh my God. So now what? And he's like, well, it's dead.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
He died.
Yes.
Mr.
Well,
Squirrel died.
it doesn't have its regular.
I didn't know this was going to be a sad ending.
So
you
how
Yeah.
long of a time span was
Oh,
this? supposed to be? Like a week long?
I want to say
think he starved to death?
I would assume.
Yeah.
a week or two, or he possibly may have had a heart attack from hearing my screams.
Probably. Yeah.
think I
That's
saw it.
That makes
probably
more
what it
sense to
was.
me.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
So, so I was like, so now what do you do? He's like, well, I'm going to go to my truck. I'm going to get a bag and I'm going to get rid of it. And I
That was
like,
it.
And I was like, should we say a few words?
Yeah. I think so.
And he's like, well, I bet my wife would prefer if I did that. He's like, but no. And I was like, okay.
So he just takes him and gets rid
He
of Mr.
literally got a
Squirrel.
Target
Oh,
bag
that's
out
a
of his
shame.
truck and disposed of the squirrel.
And Mr. Squirrel thought he was going to have this place to live forever.
Well, I mean, he picked the right house. I
He
mean,
really
Yes,
did.
he did. That,
Yeah.
very much so.
Yeah.
So that was it then. Done.
So that was it.
Was it smelly at all?
There had to be some.
Had to be some odor. A dead carcass.
I did not go upstairs and check.
And not only that, the droppings. I mean, it's.
Oh yeah, did you see poop?
Did he?
I didn't.
No poop?
No.
Oh, so
Was
he
he
was
gonna
very
poop? He didn't eat at all.
This is true. Hugo, you bring up a good point. If he's not eating,
Well,
he's
if he
not
had that
pooping.
kegger at 5 nuts to get in.
This is true. Yeah, he probably got a couple nuts on that one. Yeah. Unbelievable. So that's a great story.
That is a good one. Yeah.
Really good story.
It's one of those things that I hope I never have to deal with again.
Yeah, it's traumatic. Did you do therapy after this, or
I'm still.
You're still at therapy?
Weekly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Squirrel therapy.
Are we going to talk about the duck?
Oh, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
I mean,
We can go ahead. Talk about the duck.
Is it the ending music?
Yes, it is the ending music. But hey, I can bring it back down. It's my show. I can do whatever the hell I want.
You asked me to talk about the duck, so
Go ahead. Talk about the
Bring
duck.
up the duck.
okay. So you met the duck, correct?
I met the duck.
We met the duck.
I knew. Yeah.
I love that
I
duck.
much prefer ducks to squirrels.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She was adorable, right?
She was
the
really
diaper,
cute.
everything.
Do you guys know how I ended up with a duck?
How'd you end up with the duck?
I thought I learned this via Instagram. You just found it in your bathtub from your friend.
Correct. It was.
So, I know the origin story. I'm a long time fan.
Oh,
Yeah, she was
Of the duck.
cute.
Of the duck. So for those of you that don't know, I randomly went home one night and I found a little duckling in my bathtub. I didn't know what was going on. I hear this noise. And I don't have any ducks, so a friend.
No, you do. No, you did then. You had a duck.
Yeah,
But he didn't know he had a duck.
I didn't know it.
Right, it's
so
true, yeah.
I thought it was just one of the animals that my
That's right,
my
'cause-
friends got or whatever. So I opened and there's just a little duckling running back and forth real quick in the bathtub,
Aw.
and I am like stunned. It's 11 o'clock at night. What am I going to do with this duck? It's freezing outside. I can't just throw it outside.
Yeah,
So I
of course.
kind of put a little box together, kept it warm. I actually filled the tub up, like washed her off. And next thing you know, she fell like imprinted on me. She followed me everywhere.
I remember that. You brought her here to the office. She was
did.
adorable.
Brought her to the office.
She literally did follow you. Like I remember you walking down the office
she have a
hallway.
What's that?
Did she have a name?
I named her Night.
Night.
At night.
Yeah, because I
Night.
found her at night. I didn't know what
Wow,
else.
that's
I was,
clever.
I was just so
Well, you could have named her a tub.
Or you could have named her Tub. Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
Tubby would have been a good
Or
one.
Duck.
Tubby.
Tubby,
Yeah.
that would be
Tubby,
cute.
yeah.
Well,
So-
I bought these little diapers.
I remember the diapers.
and
Yep.
she would just follow me around. So
Can you believe they make diapers for ducks?
Were they diaper ducks or were they just
Oh, they were
baby
specific
ducks?
for diapers.
Or baby diapers?
They were specific for
ducks.
You can find anything on Amazon, man.
Obviously,
I mean,
yeah. I mean, geez.
I was worried. What was I gonna do? Because they go they'll
Yeah,
walk and they just go.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they're not like looking for a place to poop or whatever. They just go.
But when it came to advertising, like the sold signs that I would put with her in front of, like it was out.
Yeah,
it was a real
sure.
big thing. It was awesome. So that's the one positive animal story.
That was a
we
good,
had,
and that's a
yeah.
good one. That's
Yeah,
a
she
good
was
story.
adorable. I miss her
That's a
so
nice
much.
ending.
That was a great ending. The duck. See, we thought we were over, but we weren't over.
We weren't.
Because we had the duck story.
Exactly.
I mean, how could you end a show without a duck story?
Oh, there's gonna be.
I mean,
ducks.
really.
we're gonna hear about ducks a lot.
A lot of ducks?
A lot of ducks.
Okay, a lot of ducks. That's cool.
Okay.
Taylor, thanks so much
You're
for coming
welcome.
on. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for
Brandon,
having
thanks
me.
for coming back. That is Behind Closed Doors. That is the second episode. I think it was good. I love the squirrel story. Love the
was
squirrel
a good
story.
one.
That was good stuff, right? All right, so we're going to be back again with some more of these stories. If you are a realtor or even a customer, whatever, client, have a story you want to tell, you are more than happy to come in here and tell it. We would have fun having you in here, right?
Yeah, hit us up. For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All right.
help us.
We'll see you next week.
All right. See ya.
Are your kitchen and bathroom remodels a little overdue? Well, now's your chance to call First Response Contracting. John Sellers will take care of you. 484-256-7136. They do residential and commercial, and they're licensed and insured. Give them a call at 484-256-7136.